What's up, y'all? So who's up? I'm just up snacking. And I just thought like, hey, wonder who's up. And I wonder if Facebook is gonna allow y'all to see my notifications. Let's see. What's up, y'all? So who's up? Hold on, y'all. Let me take this out. I wonder if Facebook. Joe Cabin was good. And I just thought like, hey, Stranger. Who's up? I wonder. Yeah, y'all come on in. I'm just up snacking. It's still peacefully pandemicing. So y'all grab a snack too. What's some things I want to run by? I hope y'all read. Um, y'all are reading what the topics. Just got a couple of them. I'm not gonna hold y'all all night. Just felt like chatting it up. Facebook been kind of blocking the notifications. So I know out of 4,991 people, I know at least 500 people get the damn notification. But I also have not left out the reality that, hey, some people probably just don't like to hear my opinions anymore. Some people just get pissed. And what I say, I've taken that into consideration. Maybe people don't want to hear me anymore like they used to. Because, I tend to say things that, as they say, I've always said I wear a size 58 shoe. And somebody, you see what happened at home over the weekend? You talking about the shooting that took place? Was it those little bastards shooting fireworks in the street while cars were going? I think it was in Fraser. I heard about that. Some folks at home about that. And I'm taking questions tonight too after I do my little spiel on the two topics. Yeah, it's Memphis, man. They act like they just act like they're not being raised. Wait a minute, they're not acting. A lot of people aren't raising their children today. The days of raising children are just kind of out the window. Children are kind of like on their own, and every time they do something messed up, well, it's poverty. Yeah, I'm poor right now. Pandemic fucked a lot of us up. But I don't want to go and kick in my neighbor's door. And I never feel the need to go shoot fireworks at somebody on a busy damn street. Even when I was a kid and poor, growing up in North Memphis, shout out to Hollywood and Springdale, you hear me? Kenyatta, how you doing? Good. When I saw the guys selling dope in the neighborhood, I saw the money, and then I was like, you know what? I don't want to embarrass my mother. My mom's a single mom. All right, peace. Joe. I didn't want to embarrass my mother, so I didn't go out there and try to sell dope. And that's why I don't buy that. They're product of the environment. Based on that logic, I'm supposed to be a pimp. I was supposed to be a pimp from age probably 18 on up to probably, when do pimps retire? Around 40? And I should have had hoes all over the place. So I don't hardly buy that, but I know it's a reality. If no one's shown anything differently, well, they behave the way their environment is. I get that. I'm not oblivious to that. I'm certainly in no way obtuse to that reality, but I just can't. In 2021, there's too much going on. There's too many ways in which young people can get it. So I just so yeah, we all get messed up. But I'm working on getting back on after this pandemic. I'll be back on by the fall or whatever, because you got to start a new job or create a business or something. Because I've legitimately, I'm telling you, I've peacefully pandemic since March of 2020. I'm just pretty much just being inside. I go out and work a part-time gig where I'm not that close to people, because I'm not debating that on either side, whether it's real or it's not real. All I know is people are getting sick. That people are dying, and I'm just not in the mood to going deep into the conspiracy stuff anymore. Hell, just everybody, just be careful. And I'm not going to pretend I have not been out here and there in the last couple of months. Shout out to Sandaga. They're in downtown Dallas. Shout out to Boomer Jacks, is right across the street from my apartments. Man, But I've sat 2 seats away from people as I have my mask on, put my mask on, drink my beer, drink my double shot of apple crown or peach crown as I wait on my hot wings to be delivered. No, my to go order, and I get my ass out of there. That's how I've been playing it. But I can't wait to get back to the time where we can just be out. Maybe that's next year. And so yeah, I've been peacefully pandemicing. But anyway, I'm open to questions and all that cool stuff. Right now, since I'm up just snacking. But I do have a couple of topics that I want to talk about. Y'all feel free to share this. And then there it goes again. It's like people will come in all of a sudden. I think the algorithms are working against me because I talk about lots of stuff and people get pissed. They might report my page. I know a couple of months ago I got a 30-day stint out of jail, Facebook jail. And so, I've already had a warning on my Facebook page. I have a warning on my page. And, so they're about to take this damn page from me at any moment. And I don't even care. But, I'll keep talking as long as they let me talk on this page, and it's okay. I can go to my YouTube channel and I can go to my Instagram. For those of you who have not purchased, I still have my short story. It's on this YouTube channel. Just look in the description box. Anything you need to do is called The Greatest Pain I've Ever Felt. It's talking about when I met my dad for the first time at 39 years old, and that conversation when he asked me, "How did you find me?" and all that kind of stuff. And I said, Google Maps, MapQuest, and he said, well, I have to give you an A for effort because I've worked aggressively over the years to prevent you from ever finding me. That's what he said, and with that 2.5-hour conversation ensued. He was standing there, he treated me like a stranger. I guess I was. I am. So, but this morning, I talked about defunding single motherhood. And that is a topic that offends. They talk about defunding single motherhood or mentioning single motherhood in a not so flattering light. That upsets a lot of people. Good. Usually, back in the day when you've been shamed for doing something that was totally just inappropriate, you try to change it. You remember when people used to shame people for being fat? Started in the 6th grade, and it was chubby all the way to like the 9th grade. Then all of a sudden, in the 12th grade, around prom, she lost weight between the 10th, 11th grade summers, and then came back for prom, and baby was bow. Or she was fat in high school. Then she came back from college during the spring break, and baby was like trim and fine. Well, see, that's shaming, and it works. It used to work on people. They used to like, yeah, you called me fat, but look at me now. Even guys, there was the fat guy in the 9th grade, the chubby guy in the 6th grade. But all of a sudden, when they came home from college after their freshman year, the summer of the end of their first year, that summer school, they came back, cut up and slim and trim. So now we move into a society where you can't shame anybody anymore. We shame people for the stuff that we cannot help. We've always been shamed. And we try to do. We call a dude broke. You talk about his car. You talk about his clothes. They'll say, fuck you, I'm gonna stay broke. No, they try to get that money. They try to upgrade their clothes. They try to get new shoes. And all of that. But it's funny. We shaming people for stuff that they can control. You can control whether or not women can control. And here's this part here I think what people get upset with. Shaming women. Well, back in the day, women used to do their job. But now they don't do it anymore. They're okay with everything that women do. That's why our society, particularly our community, is so in such an uproar and such a disarray. Because we don't shame anymore. When people weren't doing well in school, like, damn, man, you dumb as fuck. They say, no, I can't read. They'll get to studying, and so they can show that they were good academically. Even when I was in college at the Grambling State, the greatest university God ever sanctioned to be built. Shout out to Booker T. Washington. Shout out to Charles P. Adams and his wife, Martha Adams, for creating Grambling State University. We used to kind of look down on dudes who weren't going to class. We didn't play that. Tino, yeah, we used to look down on dudes for going to class. If they was like, let's say it's during the week and we had a 9 o'clock class, we come back, like let's say 11 o'clock around lunchtime, these dudes sitting in the hall drinking beer and stuff. We like, really, bro? During the week like that? Yeah. We used to hold each other accountable. But now, won't nobody say anything about anything because we've gotten into this Me Too, this cancel culture, this anti-bullying and all of this stuff, which that is done incorrectly. I hate that anti-bullying program because all it does is it sets up kids to get their asses kicked. And then you have 6 and 7-year-olds committing suicide. What a waste. How they know they want to kill themselves in the fucking 2nd grade because somebody called them ugly or fat or called them gay? Did y'all know there was gay kids in these hood schools that I attended? And not one gay kid committed suicide because somebody called him a faggot in the 9th grade. A lot of times you called him a faggot or whatever, you had to put the hands up. You had to prove he was one. Now, as reported, some people report they go into closets and grab their father's tie and they hang themselves. Like, get out of here. And all that is a bunch of trash. And these people are training their children to be weak. Another thing, to parents, these so-called new parents, this new parenting. Now, I've never been anybody's parent, but I was somebody's kid once. My mom never once told me, it's okay, Rico. He's bullying you in the hallway. He's knocking your books out of your hands. He's tripping you up in the hall. Yeah, that's right. What you say, Tino? I ain't gonna be but one sissy. You remember what I said, right? That's what the dude would say. I ain't gonna be but one sissy. And guess what? He was just one sissy. Or you had to put them hands up. So that's in the hood. But I don't know, in these suburban schools, they treat them to be little biatches. Man, please. These folks have lost their damn minds. And my mom never told me, you know what, Rico? The reason they're hitting you and calling you these horrible names because they're bullied at home. They're bullied at home so that they feel helpless at home and powerless at home. So they take it out and they project their anger. They project their low self-esteem on you. So you can't blame them for giving you a black eye every other day. You can't blame them for taking your lunch money. You can't blame them for pushing your ass down the steps during between classes. They never did that. Our parents never did that. Matter of fact, if something went down too rough, the parents showed up at the school and it was a battle royal. It went down. They play that bullying mess in these hood schools. And the gay dudes, guess what? If the gay dude whooped you, the straight dudes will help them in the future to fight. So I'll cut out all this foolishness. And what I found out was this anti-bullying campaign was nothing but a money grab. These people set up nonprofits and they got state and federal dollars, grant dollars, if they had a program that addressed anti-bullying. Setting the kids up. It's weird. And even everybody in the hood schools, they understood. You don't want to get into a verbal sparring with a gay dude. Because you just call him faggot and that's all you got. Man, them girl clothes, that's all you got. But he checked your shoes, your shoestrings. He checked your shirt, your t-shirt. He checked your hair, you checked your haircut. He checked your eyeballs, he checked your skin tone. He checked your mama, and she better not been fat. She checked your dad if he was there. That man checked you to the first lunch period and checked you to the second lunch period till you want to fight him after school. And you better win too, damn it. Because if he even get the best of you, you got to transfer because we gonna laugh at your ass for at least the first report card period, you hear me? Because if you gonna fight a gay dude, you better win. So guys learn, dudes learn in junior high school and high school, don't fight the gay dude, that dude, because he got them windmill Pinocchios. Or some of them had some jacking going on. So you don't. So that's why I never bought into that bullying. Even if it was a girl. Even if it was a girl. Somebody, auntie or uncle or her mama gave her a switchblade. and somebody's face was cut while she sit in the principal office. They trying to understand how this happened. What went on? The bully holding her face like this. Man, this bitch cut me. Man, this hoe cut me. That man gonna put the blade on me. And the cute girl like, I told her to stop bothering me. I told her to leave me alone. All them tried to jump me. And so it went down in our schools. Damn right. They figured that I guess what, the bully didn't bully her no more. That scar had to heal up. And a lot of times the cute girls who were taught not to fight, well, they got hair plugs pulled out their damn head, faces scratched like they was fighting a cat, clothes snatched off until they were given that switchblade in their little cute purse. And then when they pulled it out, game over. Yeah, that's how you defeat bullying. I didn't believe in a bully. I think I had a few occasions where somebody tried to bully me, and I didn't play that. Because I don't like being made to feel afraid. I don't like that. I don't like to be made feel afraid. It makes me angry, almost enraged. Like someone's taking something from me. Like I'm being violated when someone threatens me and trying to make me feel afraid. I act opposite. I get really mad. Like, you're going to have to kick my ass, because I'm not going to feel like this tomorrow in homeroom. So you got to go and kick my ass. And that's how I was. That's why I don't start with nobody. Please don't threaten me, because I don't get afraid when you threaten me. It upsets me, because I think it's so unfair, and it takes a lot of damn nerve to threaten people. I don't like that. It makes me uncomfortable even to talk about it. Threatening somebody, threatening to beat them up and all that. I don't like that shit. And that's how I react. Damn it, you're not going to threaten me. You got to go ahead and just go and take care of your business. I'm going to take care of mine. And I'm not a tough guy at all, but I just never liked the feeling of being threatened. I mean, with physical harm. I'm going to kick your mother dead after school. No, let's go and take care of it in third period English. No, move furniture around, move the desk. No, let's go and do it now. You don't have me scared all goddamn day, but a lot of people waited and hoping. Now, we're not going to pretend like Now, one thing about our teachers when I was in school, you can tell the teacher probably heard me, I'm going to get your boy after school. I'm going to take care of my business after school. They probably heard that, and so you can ask the teacher in your 6th period class. Because that 6th period class, it was over, and then I think we had to go to homeroom. One of those, I think after 6th period, you left school. And we would ask the teacher, he would say to the teacher, like real close, go up there, like, it'll have, like, because for the bell would ring like 2 o'clock, to let the little short bus people off, 2:15. I think we got like 2:15. So around 2:10, 2:05, about 2:05, they had to ring the bell to let the little short bus people off. And then we'll see them all leave. But we'll ask the teacher, we'll say, Mr. Such and Such, or Miss So and So. They say they're gonna jump me out of school. Can I leave when that first bell ring? Give you at least a 10-minute head start. And the teacher would be cool to let you go ahead and say, yeah, go ahead, baby. And you hit that back door, that front door, and shit. You don't need but 10 minutes to already be at the house. You really don't need but 5, because somehow hauling ass don't take no more than 5 minutes when you hauling ass trying to get home. So I'm just saying. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Man, I swear. Let me get my glasses, because we ain't going to do this. Let me get my readers. Okay, here we go. So, man, I swear, a dude asked me one time, we gonna step outside? I said, trick. I didn't start outside. I sprung on his head. That's right. Go take care of your business. Take care of your business. What's up, Travis? That's what I'm talking about. These folks got the game wrong here. So, yeah, and I didn't like fighting. That fighting stuff looked like it hurt. It looked like, everybody's clothes got dirty and shit, and her got messed up, and you lost your books. You had to gather your notebooks and your notebook paper. You had to find your pencils. Especially if you had no cool friends that collected your stuff for you. You had to get your book bag and zip it back up after you put the contents of the shit back in there. That fight, I was just a different dude. I said, man, I'm too little for this shit. I ain't finna get into no fights. Can we work it out verbally somewhere? Look, I'll give you my milk, man. Just one time. You can have my milk, bro. If that'll make us even. I'm sorry if I upset you. Blah, blah, blah. But that fighting shit, no, you can't be slanging me around the halls and chunking me on the ground and shit. Because you ever got a scar on your elbow when you're fighting and shit? That stuff hurts both people fighting. That scar you on when you fall. Man, that shit hurts. And because I've seen it like it hurts people. So I didn't want to do that shit. I'll save the fighting. I let other people do it. Now I'm not gonna act like I didn't enjoy seeing, like when we was in the ninth grade, see them girls fight. Cause first thing girls do is start pulling her and pulling clothes. Next thing you know, they fighting topless. And everybody, yeah, 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 or laughing because she got like little golf balls. Yeah, oh man, hell no, yeah, oh man, hell no, man, she pulled her hair. That was bad. Those were the days when girls had their own hair and they actually pulled her. The girls are actually bald. Now these days they pulling off weave and yaki and wigs and stuff. But back then it was actually real girl hair on the ground. She like, bitch, you pulled my hair, yeah. Now you bald headed, bitch, all that kind of foolishness. Those were the days in the hood. Loved it. And they teaching these kids to let people kick their ass because you don't teach your kid to be a counselor to a bully. You better put your little boy and your little girl in some kind of boxing class or some kind of karate or tai chi or something around this one. Something. Kung fu. Or just teach them how to get a good lick in and haul ass. But one thing about a bully, when they think you're scared, they don't expect you to spring on them. So you say, look, son, you probably can't beat this boy, but if he come up on you, yeah, bitch, as soon as he say, yeah, bap, he can't even get bitch out. And you haul ass. Because he going to remember that. That's how you do that. Anyway. Don't forget to get my short story, y'all. Check out my short story that's on this page. Check it out. It's only $10. Cash at me the $10 and get the short story. Send me an email address so I can email. It's in the form of a PDF, so check it out. It's pretty interesting reading with some folks who told me, those who bought it already. One lady she referred to as a page turner. So check it out. Let me know what you think after you've read it. But so anyway, there's two things that come to mind. The first topic on here tonight that I want to talk about is how come young black males mainly, because I haven't heard any other race of guys say this. Now, if they said it was copying off of black boys, they say this, and this goes back to this single motherhood shit, defunding single motherhood. They would say when they get mad about to get into a fight, or if they've been in a fight, or they get mad about something, the first thing they say, man, I swear for God, man, on my mama, man, on my mama. Or they'll say, man, if she's passed away, man, on my dead grandmama. Man, I swear, man, on my dead grandmama, man. Like, I don't know, why do they think that's so valid to anybody else? Why do they think that really means something? But apparently it means a lot to them. And why do they like some people say, like, by the power of great skull I will, don't you remember that? That's how it is. By the power of great skull, oh my mama, man. Then they beat their chest. Oh my mama, man. And I thought about that. I'd been hearing this over the years. Like, what is that about? Then it goes back to these boys raised by single mothers. And I'm going to throw out these words, gynocracy and matriarchy. When there's no men around to instill manhood in these boys, where their deity, their God, their Lord and Savior, who they're most loyal to, is their mother. And the mothers don't mind this kind of blind, Jim Jones, weird-ass, almost Oedipus the King complex worship of them. Because they're narcissistic. A lot of them don't want any other men around, so the boy can be only beholden to them. Because when they say, oh my mama, man, oh my mama. Then when they go to the NBA, NFL, all that, man, I want to say thank my mama, man. Well, for her, I wouldn't be here, man. My mama, man. And see, when boys do this, they totally ignore all of who they are as boys and the possibility of being men. They don't have the possibility, they don't see the possibility of being men when they have this weird ass Jim Jones, David Koresh worship of their mothers. They don't even see them as anything bigger than themselves or bigger than their mother. You know what religious folks say? I ain't nothing without you, Jesus. I can't do no without God. That's the same thing black boys say when they're raised only by their mother. It's the same meaning. And I rebuke and I reject all of that. I can't do no without you, Jesus. I can't do no without you, God. No, that's what black boys. Because that's the only authority figure. And then the way she behaves with them is a lot of times it's in order to control a growing but man, all she knows is brute force, verbal or physical, to try to maintain or contain control over this up and coming man. So she inadvertently or directly beats the manhood out of the boy. So he can only be loyal to her. You ever seen the movie Psycho from 1963 with Anthony Perkins and Janet Leigh? Psycho was the son of the mother who was always in his head, and she ran him and he couldn't do no without. It's almost like this Oedipal attraction or relationship they had. So much so, he went so crazy that he killed his mother and put her body in the attic. But see, psychologically, she was always in his head, even beyond death. And he was always trapped in that hotel. He would invite people in and kill them, mainly the women, because if they reminded him of his mother, they were in trouble. Or his mother was so domineering of him while she was alive, she's still domineering over him in death. And so that movie Psycho, he would hear her voices. He would meet a young lady, and all of a sudden, he would start hearing mother in his voice, Norman. She doesn't love you, Norman. And then he would yell, that's not true, mother. You don't know her, Norman. She's a whore, Norman. She's gonna use you, Norman. No, she isn't, mother. Get out of my head, mother. Go check that movie out. Go check that movie out, Psycho. And that's how black boys are today. A lot of them who are raised strictly by their mother, grandma, auntie. These emotional, mother-controlled boys. Now, these big old 6 foot, 200 pounds, or 5'9", 160 boys, they can knock down mountains, but they can't do shit with their mothers. Y'all don't find that to be weird? Let me know what else is weird. These same boys, they're now 40 years old with children of their own, and they would say the weirdest shit like, man, my mama's 65 years old. She still can slap the shit out of me. Are you kidding me? Did you just say that, you stupid jackass? It's weird. Hey, fella Stone. I saw you doing your two-step, girl. I said, oh. Okay. And that video, I saw that video, girl. I said, oh, Stella Stone doing a little twist and turn. Hush your mouth, girl. But anyway, yeah, that's crazy. And you know what? Women don't even understand. They don't even understand the importance of having balanced development of sons and daughters. But particularly our boys, because my concern is boys growing into strong men, because we can't have a society that's protected and provided for without any men. But who said this? I think Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu said, if you want to destroy a man, you have to destroy him as a boy. If you want a broken man, you have to destroy him as a boy. And 80% of black children being born to single mothers. Well, that is what's happening. These boys have no man training. And so when they yell, "On my mama," on my dead grandmama, but you never hear "on my daddy," on my dead grandfather, not even on my uncle. So what is this loyalty? What is this about? Because I know what I was taught as a little boy, being raised by my mother, grandma, auntie, and but I was raised in another decade. I was a little boy in the 70s, and I was a teenager in the 80s, and I became a young adult in 1990. In the 90s. So 70s and 80s, our community as black folks we were about, it was a lot of families intact, a lot of appropriate. I didn't have it bad as these kids who were born after 95. These young men that was born 95 and beyond, in trouble. These millennials, whatever they was born like in the 90s and early 2000s, they're in trouble. Y'all look at me, y'all see these weird ass boys. Weird. Not all, but too many. And these little dudes in the hood killing each other to appease their mothers, going to jail to support their mothers, selling dope and dying, joining gangs and dying because they want to help their mothers, listen to that Tupac. Even though it was a crack fiend, mama, you always were the black queen, mama. See that kind of shit? No, his mom failed him. How can she be a mama on crack? Daddies can't be fathers on crack, can they? Or in jail. But somehow she still gets the ability to be a mom while on crack and in the streets. Weird. But that's that psychological programming of boys and this weird ass Oedipal allegiance to their mom when it's just the mother. And that's why one of the many reasons why I speak out against single motherhood. And I don't understand why women, if they care about children, why would you have a child without a father? And I'm not talking about married women who are going through divorce. I'm talking about people who've never been married. None of that. Ladies, why would you do that? And things that, well, me and my baby going to be fine. No, he isn't. Raised by you alone, he's going to be, 9 times out of 10, there's going to be some developmental issues, meaning some social issues. He's not going to fare that well. He's not going to really know how to get along with other men unless he's fortunate enough to have some masculine male mentors to come in. Oh, my mama, man. Oh, my dead grandma. I swear for God, man. And another thing I noticed, you can't break these boys up when they get into a fight. You can't break them up. Like, you know how girls fight? And they're so lucky I'm not the police. You know how many girls I'll be macing and stun gun and body slamming? And women I'll be body slamming and macing, probably shooting. Because if you won't stop fighting and I'm the police, oh no. Or if I'm trying to break you up, you still trying to, no. Somebody get socked in the jaw, put to sleep. You can't break them up. And these boys, you can't hardly break them up when they get into fights. I mean, they're fighting for blood. Why can't you break them up? Like, ho, guys, wait a minute. You can't. Man, hell no, they snatching and pulling and cussing and just enraged. And so as a mental health person, I'm here observing what is the actual root of that rage when these boys get into it like that. It all goes back to the household they come from. If there's no men there, they're mimicking the behavior and responses to situations like their aunties. Because women go crazy. You got me so messed up around here. First of all, hell no. I bet you won't. And you got these boys who do the same thing. You can tell the difference between boys who were raised by fathers and home fathers and boys who were not. Their decision making is totally different. Kind of scrambled a lot of time. Of course, not all, y'all. I'm just saying, that's weird to me. And that needs to be checked. That needs to be addressed on so many levels. These boys, hold on a second, y'all. I'm doing two things at once here. Let me make sure everything is in check. So I'm going live here, and I'm also live somewhere else. And I need to make sure that I am straight. But anyway, I'm taking questions if y'all have any questions about anything. I'm taking questions. If you have any questions, I'll take any questions. I know some of you, if you've heard my lives recently or in the past, you've always want to ask me questions. I'm here. I don't know if I can get you on live, though. But all I know is, okay, there it is. Boom. I'm back. Yeah, I don't know if I can get you on. I'll try if you want to come on live. You press that little green or whatever button. I can get you in if you want to. Just to say hi and everything. So anyway, we're going to have to figure out what that is together as a community. Because after this pandemic, we're going to have to do something different. We can't continue to have this divisiveness. And I really want all of the real women, the sweet women, the feminine women to stand up front and tell all these chicken heads to sit down. And let's all band together. Because I'm tired of men always calling out the women's bad behaviors, and then they get stoned and called names, or we get called names, and girl, he hate his mother. Girl, he gay. He don't like black women. So for us, so we don't have to do it. We want you to do it. And I promise you, when you call out the behaviors of these chicks, we're not going to say, well, she hates her mother. She obviously hates her father. Yeah, bro, that bitch gay, man. No, we're going to be so happy to hear y'all finally put each other in check. But somehow you won't do it. So, but anyway, we're going to continue to monitor this behavior of these black boys. And this, oh my mama. This is crazy. It's crazy. And that's a result of that. And that's why I'll continue. I'll never salute single motherhood. Never. I'll never give them a pat on the back. Because it is part of the many things that is destructive to the black community. Single motherhood. And I know people, when you want to ask, well, what about the men? What about them? They can't become fathers unless she decides to have the baby. You can't get no cooch without permission. Give me the snack. When she doesn't want to be a mother, she can have an abortion, or go to an adoption, or she can drop it off at the fire station. She can drop it off at the emergency room. When she doesn't want to be a father, he says, I don't want to be a father. He finna be threatened by child support, by the law. He's shamed. He's called a deadbeat. But when she doesn't want to be a mother, nobody says a word. They don't call her deadbeat. They don't call her baby killer when she has an abortion. Out loud, all over, as soon as she announced she's done it. They don't call her deadbeat mom. See what we're talking about? It's all, the women make this choice. And so, ladies who've done the right thing, let's say you had one child and you were never married, but you only had that one child, I can appreciate that. One child, you didn't have 3 and 4 baby fathers. And say if you were married and you got divorced, well, that's some other stuff. I'm not talking about married women who had their child or their children with a husband. I'm talking about these heifers around here. They ain't got nothing else to do but lay on their backs. You mean, you can't go to school. No, you can't create a business. You can't be a mentor to other girls. You ain't got shit else to do except for lay on your back and have somebody's kid that's not your husband. Or not even with you. And I don't have a problem with casual sex. I prefer casual sex. It is awesome. There's a heat to it. There's a sexiness about it. It's 2021, not 1721. Pregnancy is not required. Ladies, you have over 21 forms of birth control. Hell, try 2 of them, including a condom. Make him wear a condom. Why don't he wear a condom? He doesn't have to if you don't make him. Because you're the one who gets pregnant, not the guys. Now, morally and character-wise, you would say, man, protect yourself. Because what you're going to do is start bitching and whining about child support. I get on them about that too. But it's ultimately always the women's choice. That's their choice to become mothers. Women have the choice to become a wife and a mother or a baby mama. And 80% of black females have chosen to be baby mamas. And then somehow, thanks to white liberals and Democrats, they're supposed to get a pat on the back. That's weird. And we need to stop promoting that. We need to stop patting them on the back. Well, at least she had it. No. Because psychologically, that child is going to be climbing an uphill battle. You hear what I'm saying? It's weird. Especially when you're in high school and shit, talking about having kids. You're a sophomore in college. You mean you ain't got enough classes or something? Damn, baby. You ain't got enough. Maybe you need to add a 18th or 19th hour to your damn class schedule. Maybe you need to go to class on the weekends too. And that's the best you can do. How you gonna go to school and you're already pregnant your freshman year? You pregnant your sophomore. You're pregnant in college, period. Some of y'all go to these big white schools like Baylor. Go to Louisiana Tech. And we went to Grambling, so Louisiana Tech. Go to Baylor. Go to the University of California. Go to Texas Christian University. Go to a big white school that's got over $200 million as an endowment or $1 billion, and count all the pregnant white girls in their schools. Or even African girls. Or women from India. If you see women from India pregnant on campus, she's a master's student with her PhD fiance or boyfriend. They live in a couple's dorm. She's not just some Indian chick from India around there pregnant by some dude that she got knocked down at the party over the weekend or the club. You don't see pregnant girls. white girls on these campuses. My home state of Tennessee, UT Knoxville and all, UT Chat, you don't see pregnant white girls. You don't. These schools that are like 90% white, 80 to 90% white, you don't see no pregnant white girls. But you go to an HBCU, shit, my dear old Gremlin had a damn daycare center. So you know it was pregnant girls there. But when I was there in the 90s, though, those pregnant girls, a lot of them had boyfriends. They moved off campus in their own apartments. Yeah. And a lot of them got married. And I'm not a prude or anything. I think about the children. People today think about themselves. I think about the children. These folks, they think about themselves. What's good for them and all this. See, if you really cared about children, you wouldn't have them in these just weird ass ways. So when I hear people say, I love kids. No, you don't. You had a kid while you was a teenager in the ghetto. No, you don't love children. You picked that dude to get pregnant by. This motherfucker on his way to jail. He on probation. He got tattoos of lips on his neck. That's who you let get pregnant? He already got 4 baby mamas. You don't give a damn about children. What I'm saying, he dropped out of school. He don't even work. Ma'am, he has a wife. Why would you get pregnant by somebody else's husband, you trifling wench? You don't care about kids. That's all. So when I hear people talking about they care about kids, no. It's those of us who don't have them. We care about children. We respect life. Not getting an abortion doesn't mean you respect life. Not getting an abortion means all you give a damn, you don't want nobody to talk about you. We respect life, so we try to make sure we're careful not to create life, because we know we don't have time to be taking care of no kid. We work, we go out, we play, we kick it. And we're casually dating. Those of us who don't have children, men and women. There may be some medical reasons why a lot of women don't have them, but still. It's the people who probably should be having them, we're not the ones who are having them. It's these irresponsible people having kids, and the poor children, they have to be the crash test dummy for you as you're learning how to be a parent. That's so fucked up. That's so selfish. That's so disgusting. And I see poor little children. I know the first sets have to go up under you and your youth and your ignorance. Then you get old enough and get some sense. Now the kids are 14, 15, barely made it. Now you decide to have another kid. Now that kid gets the best of everything because you're at the age where you should have been having them in the first damn place. You got your economic situation and even a relationship situation where you should have had the first two kids in the situation in the first goddamn place. So that shit would be killing me. And I'm not coming from a place of perfection. I'm always coming from a place of practice. I'm always practicing to be better every day. I'm a flawed human being. But because I have flaws, that's why I can talk about flaws. Because I have them. That's how I know how to point them out. Hell, that's the weirdest shit. When a woman who's a prostitute, they go and get her to talk to the girls, young women, about the dangers of being prostitutes. You know? It's the weirdest thing. So I have flaws. So I talk about things in society that are flaws. Having children without a mother and father together, that's a flaw. And it shows selfishness on behalf of the female. That's selfish. And then it shows, and always, see, as an Aquarius, and I'm an analytical thinker, and I make observations. I know, and I call people a liar all the time. I believe in God. No, you don't. You're a liar. You ain't believe in your church or your Bible. You're a liar. You do everything opposite of what your Bible says. You got tattoos all over you. You're overweight, in gluttony, part of the 7 deadly sins. Or is that just a TV movie? You know, you covered thy neighbor's wife and ass. You got jealousy. Of course, but I'm not the one to say he's without flaws, because juicy gossip is not bad. Hell, did y'all know juicy gossip is what keep old women alive a long time? That's what old women have, juicy gossip. Child, did you hear about? No, he did good. That ain't no husband. Child, I know that man coming out that house. There wasn't nobody there close to her. You know those old women that sit on the porch and talk about everybody. Then when you walk up on them, hey baby, how you doing? How your mama doing? They just talk about everybody in the house like dogs. But see, that's how they become. Them ladies be 70, 80 years old, still talking about folks. And still healthy. I think if they took gossip away from old women and some old men, they'd probably die earlier. So they need that juicy gossip. And sometimes be good and juicy. They know stuff that we don't even know. However, we got to do better. We truly care about children. Don't bring them here if you're not ready. I heard somebody ask me over years ago, well, when are you ready? Well, if you have to ask that question, you please make sure you keep your legs closed and, brother, you keep on a condom. And then when they say this shit like, we know parenting don't come with a manual. See, ain't the excuse. Well, how about you get some sense first? Get all of your plan and all your foolishness out of your system. Then, that's why I say you should have, men can have children later. But women, there's a maturity that is expected. You don't get mature because you had a baby. Hell, matter of fact, it shows your lack of maturity because you had one before it was time. Yeah, I said it. Let me get on to my next topic. My next topic is, I was going to talk about this morning when I was doing my morning walk. This is July 6th. This morning, around 9:30, I was doing my little morning walk. I'm going to get up earlier in the morning so I can make sure I get my jog on about 7 o'clock. Because the sun starts coming out, man, about 7:30, 8 o'clock. Man, you're on your own on it. So I try to be out of this damn house by at least 6 o'clock where it's still pleasant. Because around 7, if you mess around, let 8 or 9 o'clock catch you, let it go. Get you a little quick run, walk. Make sure you have your towel and your water with you and get your ass back up in here. But my third topic this morning, which I said I was going to save it later, and I said I can't sleep. I'm up snacking, so I thought I'd save it for now. I want to talk about Kevin Samuels and Kwame Brown. I don't know if y'all have heard about these cats. Y'all know Kevin Samuels is one who's brought up the concept of high value men and rating women dress size. When he says he said dress size. How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself? What else? Dress size. How tall are you? Dress size. And how much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself? How would you rate yourself? No makeup. Rate yourself 1 to 10. You cannot use 7. How do you look? Clean face. When you just got out of the shower. How would you rate yourself? You can't use 7. And all that kind of stuff. Or the famous video, because he had been doing this stuff for a long time, but the one that put him on the map was when he told that lady who even rated herself a 5 without makeup, and he told her, ma'am, you are average at best. And then you have Kwame Brown, who just appeared out of nowhere for a lot of us. I had been listening to him on Instagram a while ago before this whole thing hit with him and Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson and Stephen A. Smith. But he just blew up, and when you go on his channel, he's talking about black boys and black children and coding in schools and athletes being attacked by these sports analysts, especially those who never played basketball or never played football. And then we have this thing called the Black Manosphere, so I want to kind of encapsulate all of that, put all of it in context. And I want to say all three of these entities are necessary. And it's basically for black men, it's for the black community. And they're saying things a lot of us do not agree with or don't want to hear. Me, I'm always for somebody bringing new information that I can see that's really moving the people. And the question is, have y'all noticed that mainstream radio, mainstream media, they never mentioned Kevin Samuels with all the work he's doing? He's getting very close now. Now, when I started watching him, he had 130,000 subscribers. Within the last couple of months or so, he's almost up to 1 million subscribers on YouTube. And every night when he's going live on YouTube, he has no less than 20,000 people in the room. And on Instagram, no less than 14 or 15,000 people on Tuesday and Thursday nights. So the phenomena continues. And what he's doing is saying stuff to black women and that they've never heard. Meaning, baby, your degree don't make you all that. And if you want a high value man, see, a lot of people have misinterpreted him on purpose. He puts down black women. He bashes black women. He makes black women feel badly about himself. That's not true at all. And I've watched him. That's not true at all. What is happening is he's telling them things that average guys don't know to tell them. And when they call in voluntarily every night on Instagram as well as YouTube, he's telling the truth. And he's making them rethink this whole independence and this feminist ideology that's kept a lot of sisters with PhDs, master's degrees, CEO in their job, supervisors. They thought women actually were led to believe that their jobs and their their degrees made them valuable to men. And what he did was redirect them on the nature of what men like, and more importantly, or especially, or specifically, men who make 6 figures and beyond. Meaning the high value man is measured by he's made 6 figures at least 3 to 5 years, 3 years in a row. He's recognized by the high value, high earner men of high earning Henrys. He's recognized by his peers as being a baller or being one who's made a lot of money over a lot of years, or he owns a business, or he's a CEO or a chairman or something, you know, big banks. And so I like to think we understand the more money men make, the more independence and options they have. And if a man who's 35 or 45 years old is worth, he makes about $500,000 a year, you think he gonna pick these chicks out here with who are not? And he says he wants feminine, inspirational, feminine, beautiful, inspirational. FBI, feminine. Something that black males have been deprived of for the past 45 years in women and black women, for the most part. A lot of black men don't even know what femininity is because we were rarely introduced to it because you were raised by a single mother. For the most part, she wasn't allowed to exercise her femininity because she had to work 2 jobs. She had to discipline and cuss and all that, so she was a ruffian. But I was very lucky in that. My mom was very feminine. That's probably why I have such a particular critique when I see women. I really look at them and I listen to women talk. My mother, as Shanae would put it, my mother was a lady. She, and still is, at 70, very feminine lady. You know, almost dainty and delicate, soft-spoken in a sense, but no, she can cut up when she needs to when we were growing up. But it didn't take us long for my brother and I to change our behavior, because we realized she's actually pretty nice and she didn't want to deliver that smoke like that all the time. So we just got off her bad side. And she's pretty cool. Feminine. And a lot of women think black men don't deserve it, but it's interesting. These same black women that be doing all this and talking and throwing their degrees in brothers' faces and all that, when a white man come in the room, hi, my name is Tamika. Your name is what, Gerald? Hi, I'm Tamika. I work for FedEx. I'm in the upper management at FedEx. But when a black man come in there and say, how you doing? What's your name? I'm Tamika. Oh yeah, I work up there, and I work in the head office at FedEx. And I make this much around a year, and I drive this, that, and the other. So what you do? Oh, that's cute. And so blah, blah. Oh, they get real pissy and funny and sassy with black dudes. So you know how to act feminine, but only men that I guess you view as having power. So that's what Kevin Samuels, and he talks about a whole lot of stuff. But one thing that people who complain about him, they never ever mention is he's always saying black women need to have black husbands so they can have black babies. That's what he says all the time. But see, when you're telling the truth, nobody wants to deal with the truth, so they start talking about, you know, stuff outside of the truth. He gay. Where his wife at? He ain't got no kids. You know, the truth doesn't really pick the perfect vessel to flow through. The truth just comes. It doesn't matter who speaks it. And he's speaking the truth. Now, do I agree with 100% of what he's saying? A lot of stuff? No. Have I learned some things even at 52? Because he and I are the same age, by the way. And we both got probably the same amount of salt and pepper. But I haven't realized that. Damn, I'm not a blue Henry. I mean, I'm not a high earning Henry. And working as this damn social worker, I've never been a high earning Henry, and I'm gonna have to change that during this pandemic too. I'm about to do something different, man, because I've always been like, I guess, a working class guy, you know, in mid five digits and shit, working in social work. If you're a social worker, you know what I'm talking about. They ain't gonna let you make no more than 55 grand on tops. If you become a LCSW and you become like program director, you might make 59 to 65, but maybe. But they ain't gonna take. They barely get you out the late 40s into the early 50s. If you're a therapist, substance abuse, or mental health shit. You got your masters and even have an LSW. And if they dare think they're going to pay you 65, they make you do $80,000 worth of work. So, yeah, so I said, I'm going to have to get up there in the high earners. And it probably won't be social work. I'm going to have to create something else. And so that is what has motivated me. I said, well, damn, I'm not a high earner. I'm behind. And then he did a calculation to let you know how much you should be earning by your age. So whatever your age is, I think you times it times 1.8. So whatever your age is, if you're 51, do it 51 times 1.8. And that is what you should be earning at your age. So I did mine, 52 times 1.8. Right now I should be earning, on average, $76,500 right now for my age. That's how much I should be earning. But I need to tell Brother Kevin, I'm a social worker. We don't earn that. We don't earn that kind of cash, Kevin. So I'm gonna have to do something else. Write a best-selling novel. Maybe get a t-shirt business that becomes controversial, that everyone has to have it, even though they're mad at it. I'll do something else, because being a social worker, I'm not gonna make that. So I have to realize that my singing in the shower, maybe I can make a CD. Maybe I should break out in acting, start with commercials, something. Maybe become become a bartender and work in one of these high-end bars, and man, because I enjoy the helping field, and so that's what keeps us in the 5 digits a lot of times. I'm not complaining. I enjoyed my work over the past 24 years as a social worker, but I want to do something different. However, and so I see guys, I see black dudes. Even getting in on he gay, he's this. So what? So what? Just like saying he hates his mother. So if he's gay, or people who tell the truth about black women's behavior, if they hate their mothers, does it make what they're saying not true? See, those are deflections. Kevin Samuels is necessary. Just like a lot of the black men in the black manosphere are necessary. There's others there who are teaching black men what we were not taught as relates to this whole who we are and what we are in the 90s. Nancy said a published author would be great. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? Girl, what you doing up? That's right, school is out. Yeah, I need to do something and really get in there, because I'm not a high earner, but I appreciate it. It doesn't make me feel bad. Right now, I think a blue-collar Henry is like a a plumber, a principal, a plumber, electrician, the blue collar guys. And they make like $60-some thousand. But sisters, average sisters who make all the money, they don't want those guys. They all going after the what's called the top 3%, 2% of black men who earn over $100,000 a year. So you got all these women, all of these sisters chasing these small percentage of guys, when they let all these guys who make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 or $48,500 get past them. So, and it's cool, because you know what? As he says, Becca, Maylene, and Maria, they'll take them. And they have been taking them. You'll say he make enough money? And so, yeah, but anyway, check out some Kevin Samuel videos. And Kwame Brown, that brother, good in country. But he's telling the truth. And so I see a lot of brothers on Facebook writing these long ass articles about y'all little Kevin Samuels followers, y'all following a homosexual, really, this guy here, and they put up pictures. Now, we're not look, I don't have on blinders some of those pictures of him, and he's a fashionista. He talks about fashion, and he was doing that at first before he started doing these videos, talking to men about cologne, shoes, clothes, the best cologne to wear, the best shoes to buy, and dressing up and looking like men, grown men. Some of his stuff, I wouldn't wear the little man purse or whatever it is. I wouldn't tie my. That's not me, but I don't pay attention to him because of his fashion. I pay attention to him for the information. And so, but when you don't want to hear the truth, you want to go there and try to tear him down. And every time they talk about this, makes him bigger. So you guys out here, I don't know, I'm not going to say you're threatened. I just think, hey, it's just something to write on Facebook. Because he's headed to the moon with a rocket packet on his back. He's doing the thing. And it's very interesting. Nancy says, guys who can fix things are in high demand. Forget calling a plumber if you marry one. That's right. And that's what women did back in the day. Their husbands were construction workers. They dated plumbers, electricians, guys who did, what they call them now? Did yard work, cutting the grass. They have another name for it now. Guys did that. And women had those handy husbands at home, and they made a good living. They were teachers and all this stuff. And now those women, they look over these guys. The guys, they look over these cats right now. And that's why a lot of them are alone and unmarried and blaming it on men. It's not us. But we're talking about these young women, 21, let's say 25 to 38 years old, who are unmarried. They got good jobs. They got big homes, nice homes, master's degrees, nursing degrees, RN nursing degrees, nurse practitioners. Some of them are still at school at 35 years old, trying to get that master's degree, all that kind of stuff. But a lot of women were never taught to be wives, and that's a big problem. So if y'all have daughters who are like teenagers or 3 years old, teach them to be feminine, teach them to be wives, and teach them to like men, particularly if you black men. Stop pushing all the stereotypes and the negatives. Because that's what's going to save our race, our black families. All this other multicultural foolishness, all this feminist foolishness, that's the stuff that's keeping us messed up. So Kevin and Kwame are very necessary. The Black Manosphere is very necessary. If you have sons, have them to log on and listen to a Graham Fam, Dennis Sperling, Rico the Opinionist. Check out the videos. Rico Rivers. Well, Rico the Opinionist on that. A brother by the name of Dr. T. Hassan Johnson, who talks about black boys in the way that Dr. Jawanza Kunjufu speaks on the plight of black boys and anti-black male misandry. A brother by the name of Green Gorilla, G with the PhD. He's a scholar, PhD, who breaks down articles as they have impacted the lives of black males. What's his name? Ronald Neal, Dr. Ronald Neal, who talks about the impact, society, the psychological impact of black boys and black men. Then you have the guy who's for the guys in the hood. His name is Minister Jap. He is strictly for the guys in the hood. Then you have cats like Angry Man. He talks, and they're all under the umbrella of what's called red pill knowledge. Then you have some incels, they're a little extreme. And MGTOW, men going their own way. It doesn't mean that they dislike women and all that. Just like, you know what? I'm just over the rat race. I'm not going to participate in foolishness. I'm going to get a passport, or I'm going to go elsewhere. I'm going to go to where I'm celebrated and not tolerated. That's what MGTOW really means. Men going their own way. Look, if y'all don't want us, we ain't going to make you want us. We good. And then, for the sisters who are really acting a fool, they have this thing called Save Yourselves Black Men. And that's for the sisters, one that's clowning and acting a plumb damn fool. And and black males need to know that they have these options. Because for the past 40, 50 years, black males think they're supposed to put up with disrespect. Because they was raised by their mothers. They wasn't raised by a sensible father. Said, no, son, you don't sit there and let a woman berate you verbally. You don't let a woman hit you. You don't let her call you names and you stand there because that's about being a man. No, being a man is self-preservation. You be around those who like being around you. and you demand respect, not just from fellow men, but especially from the women. And you have, as you say, you have to show your work, show your worth as well. That's what men do. We get out there, we hunt, gather, we try to get money, we do all this so we can be eligible for the top-notch women who are eligible for what we have. See, what I don't like in our community, we'll take a young man who is a scholar and an athlete, in shape, fit, no children. And we'll shame him into dating some little chubby chick with 2 kids by 4 different baby daddies. You don't know how God, she might be the woman for you. That might be your blessing right there. What? But then again, you got a daughter who's on her way to Spelman or on her way to Harvard. And here's this little pants-sagging mama with a tattoo of lips on his neck with 3 baby mamas. Y'all don't tell her to, you know what, that could be your blessing. God sent your blessing into little Tyrone. He gonna get better. You just stick with him. Y'all don't do that. So why we try to put our boys on these old nothing-ass, low-level-ass girls? Our boys who are heading somewhere. And y'all don't try to tell them, don't date her. She's for the streets. She already got 2 baby daddies. What you want with this tramp? She got blonde weave, son. She got Kool-Aid ass red hair, son. She got grape purple ass hair, son. Why would you want to date her? Now, yeah, I'm not saying that she's ugly. She just looks crazy. We have to teach our boys, value your sperm. Because y'all sure tell y'all daughters to try to go for the highest of the men. So we teach our sons to go for the highest of the young women. No, she ain't wearing no makeup. She got an active gym membership. She's sweet. She talks nice. She's feminine. That's who you need to be trying to talk to. Now, I understand we all have what's called a sweet tooth for a thought. I still have a little... See, I got a sweet tooth, you know, for a thought. Here and there. I have a sweet tooth, you know, for a thought. Here and there. Y'all know about this. That good stuff. But I know how to keep it in context. A lot of our young men, you know, they don't know any better. Then you send them to a school, ain't nothing but little hot thoughts there. And a bunch of little tater thoughts all in the 9th and 10th grade. Yeah, see, we got to protect our boys from this. We want them to make it to manhood. But we're not teaching them, beware of these little hussies and hussettes. These little tramps. Yeah, they already tramps in the 9th grade. You got to protect your boy from these little she-wolves with weave and wigs in the 9th grade, 10th grade. You want your son to make it through there without getting a tattoo on his neck of her name or lips. Yeah, if you believe your son is valuable, keep him away from them little thoughts. Now, I'm not going to say he's not going to fool around with them because that's just boys. They're the forbidden. You know, they get to be 50 years old and still like a little hussy every once in a while, but not too much. You know, he'll know how to fool with him. And then you tell your son, son, you're going to fool with him, please don't impregnate this machine from the Terminator movies. Like Tommy Sotomayor called him what do you call him? Damn, BT-1000. Black Terminatrix. Oh, yeah. And Minister Jab refers to them as German Shepherds. You got the old shepherds and you got them raising up and coming German Shepherds. These little thought arounds. Because they listen to the music that's training them to be thoughts. They got these thought models. They call them Megan Thee Stallion, City Girls, Erica Banks, Mulatto, Saweetie. And who else? Not leave anybody out? Yeah, those are just the main ones who been playing on the radio. And all they talk about is thoughting. Being a tramp. That's what these young ladies are listening to early. And then you got some of these women who had their daughters at 15, now they're 30. Now she's 30 and a daughter it's 15 and turning 16. And they're doing TikTok videos where both of them are twerking. So yeah. We got a lot of work to do. And ladies, if you're interested in our race, moving forward and being here, you have to protect your boys. You have to uplift Don't cuss your boys out. Don't slap them all in the face when they're 14 and 15 years old. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Y'all know fathers that slap their sons? Who told you you can do it? You know how psychologically debilitating that is? When a mother slaps her son all across the face and the head and he damn near taller than her house or her apartment? Why would you do that? Because see, what you do is you're breaking him down to a point that you want him to obey you, but you're creating an angry boy when you do that. Don't cuss him out and call him all kinds. Y'all see these Instagram videos. Y'all see these world star hip hop videos calling their little boys 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9 years old, little B words and punk ass dude, N words and all of this stuff. We got to pay for that because he gonna leave the house angry. He's gonna try to kill every male in sight because she has proven that she hates men and she's trained her son to hate men. That's why these boys, when they're in junior high school, fight each other to the death because they've been trained by these angry single mamas to not even like themselves as boys. Oh, shit. And some of them try to escape. That's why you have a lot of these little gay boys out here. It's more fun being a girl. And there was no winning in their household as a boy because he wasn't treated as a man. He was always treated as a liability and treated as a utility. But he saw the girls got to run roughshod and be as wild and as zany and as crazy as they want to be. And so the boy like, well, damn, they got all this freedom and all this. So he couldn't beat them, so he decides to join them. And if the mama don't have a man, well, she makes her son her boyfriend or her girlfriend. Y'all see why single motherhood is so dangerous on so many levels? And if you have, let's say you had a kid by your little knucklehead high school boyfriend and he moved on, at least you can do is use, while you're still young and fine, is to find him a new dad before he misses his actual dad. Yeah, that can happen. You can get him a new daddy. So you got pregnant by somebody in the sophomore year in college. And he moved on back to California. Well, you bring your ass back to Texas. You get in the gym, get yourself back cute again, and get your attitude right. Get rid of the anger and disappointment you have for the father. And you get him a new daddy. By the time he gets 3 years old, boom. He won't even miss it. Hey, Cynthia. He won't even miss it. That's how you do that, ladies, when you screw up and decide to have a kid without a dad when you're young like that. You still can fix it. And so when the kid gets 16, 17, and that little first baby, that first father decides to come back in his life, well, he'll already be cared for and nurtured. And if he's a decent man, he's already been put on the path of manhood. And he didn't have to suffer just under you by himself. Get it? That's how that works. So, but anyway, I probably talked y'all too long, as usual. I just want to get those two topics off. But if y'all want to talk to me, I'm here to ask any questions, because you can ask me anything. And I may change my name back to Rico the Opinion that's on this page. I think it's confusing people. But I think Facebook is really hating on my damn page. Or some people are hating. They've reported on my damn page or something. But, my YouTube is still popping, so if you haven't subscribed to that, it's pretty much these videos and other stuff I talk about. And there's videos that you've probably never seen that's on my YouTube channel, Rico the Opinionist. And if you have not purchased my short story, feel free to get it. $10, Cash App. It's called The Greatest Pain Ever Felt. Conversation from an absent biological father who never wanted to be found. Yeah, it's pretty juicy. Tell him, Nancy, it's pretty juicy from what I've heard. So I'll give it a couple of seconds. If anyone has any questions, please put it on the screen and I'll answer it. Or if you want to try to get in live right here, I will push that little red button there, or green button, I think, and I'll try to get you on if you want to have a conversation with your boy. Just ask me, because I know it's late. People got to get up. But I'm peacefully pandemic, and so it is what it is with me. Damn, I got to put this food up that I made. So any questions? Or if it's something that y'all found out today you want my opinion on, or something that happened in the news that you like my opinion on, I'm here to I'll give some thought to that if you want that. I got a couple of minutes. I am waiting, and I'm doing that. That do boom, 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 doom, doom, boom, boom, doom. Mm, 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 mm. Mm, 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 mm. Boom, boom, boom. Mm, mm, mm. Ba, ba, da, da. Mm, mm, mm. So that it? Okay, well, cool. Y'all go to bed then. And I'll probably get up in the morning with another thought, or I may just wait a day or two. I don't know. But my thoughts hit me, then I'll just come in. But other than that, thank y'all so much, those who were up late snacking with me. Cause it was just me having snacks and having thoughts. So, please share this live. Everybody should be in on this because everyone's allowed to hear my opinions and thoughts. You're more than welcome. And I'll talk to y'all in the future. So be cool, everybody. Peace.